Hey there. Ooh-wee. Justice at the bottom of the deck. All right. Before we get going, we like to say our prayers over here. Let's ask our angels, saints, ancestors, and guides into our space to provide love and divine messages for our highest and greatest good. We are surrounded in divine white light and love. So it is, and so it will be. Thank you. All right. Something's playing out that you need to know about. All right. Yeah. Something is in effect. Cause and effect. All right. Balance is being restored. Harmony is being restored. I feel like there was a betrayal, a deception, a heartbreak that is being experienced at this time. Okay. I feel like at this time you are safe and sound. I feel like you've learned quite a bit from this experience. Okay. So you could represent yourself as being on the upswing on this, whereas maybe someone else is on the downswing of this situation. All right, I feel like you've had your moment, and it was a big moment, one that like maybe even birthed something new, like a new version of you has been birthed. You've gone through quite a process, a cycle, right? This creation and the sun, you know, kind of going down. It's kind of like the creation process, right? Maybe even like recreation, almost like, you know, again, like the cycles of life and moving maybe from like, I'm thinking of the goddesses, right? I'm thinking of like the maiden, the mother, the crone. So maybe you're moving also like in phase of life. Okay, this can represent a phase of life. Or a mother energy is really significant. Okay. We have the Four of Pentacles. Okay, we have a Nine of Cups. The Tower. There's like someone trying to keep some sort of ending, downfall, realization, reckoning from, I don't know, woof, the Magician after that. Ooh, I'm getting like there's a fall. Maybe the secrets are out. Whatever might have been hidden, done behind the scenes. This involves investment. This involves ideas. This represents, you know, doing things from a place of lack and clinging on to something that is no longer, or holding on to somebody, right? Because they don't want something to end here. But I feel like this is out of their hands. Maybe there's also like a secret about this energy that people are finding out about. It might have something to do with like exchanges for money with the Four of Pentacles. Someone did something for money, for appearances as well. Like almost like gluttonous, like an overindulgence of, to the point of like a demise, a downfall, something falling apart. There's something about some sort of like transformation, something that was like moved from one state to another. So like alchemy. We'll see what that's about as we get further in this reading. What's after the Tower? The Fool in the mid position. Okay. This is a blockage. Someone's new beginning, someone's freedom is blocked. Someone may lose their sense of freedom. Innocence. Someone is no longer carefree. The Star at the bottom of the deck. This could be like losing hope. Like not able to move, stagnant, stopped, like the end. Judgment. This also can be someone refusing to realize this impeding ending, doom, and maybe even like the responsibility of this, the accountability of this, the seriousness of this. Yeah, I'm like getting someone's having to do like time. I'm getting someone might have to do time. There's something about like having to like settle accounts. So maybe there's something that's being accounted, something's being counted, like could be like debt, it could be karmic debt, it could be, you know, people are investigating finances and taking things and looking at accounts. There's something about accounts or counting. Look at 10 of Pentacles. Look, the Star. And then there's also someone didn't take into account. Okay? The Healer. The Empath. God. Source. Creator. Okay? The All. I'm getting like somebody may have paid to take somebody out. And there's evidence of this. Or because it didn't work, it's happening or playing out. Something like that is a catalyst is playing out here. I'm not sure of what all was involved here, the energy exchanged here, you know. But there's a need to call attention to something. Something's being called to attention. There's information being like looked into, investigated. Like how did whatever this is happen? And so they're having to like look back into, maybe this represents a bit of like, I don't know. I feel like they're hiding behind something. Yeah, look, holy shit, bottom of the deck. Look, they're hiding behind something. So there's something that they're hiding that they don't want discovered. They could be trying to like get rid of things because of this judgment here. They know that like if this comes out, like maybe this would be an extreme serious situation, or it is already a serious situation. Maybe they want to know what you know. They're like, how do you know what you need? How do you know what you know, and what do you know? All right, because I feel like they're trying to connive something. Yeah, someone is conniving. Ooh, a Page of Cups. Huh. Maybe a bit of like pouring on the charm, right? Like a little love message of some kind. Someone could be drinking and driving and may have run into some sort of a situation here and are dealing with the authorities. And maybe they were doing some research on why something happened the way it happened, and they're starting to uncover other things. Yeah. Maybe they thought they had something kept to themselves, and maybe they were the only ones that knew about it, but I'm getting like, maybe not. What's this King of Wands in the mid position for? I'm getting there's something that might involve like a I don't know, this could be like a friendship, this could be an acquaintance, this could be somebody a little bit younger or older. There's some sort of like activity here between the two, like the Page of Cups and the Knight of Wands. So this could be individuals in this energy, or this could be like what's coming out as a result of this judgment. And I'm getting like there's something regarding maybe an exchange of some kind, all right? And maybe what they thought would be done in private but is no longer private here. I'm getting like this is no longer hidden. This is no longer like something that, yeah, they can't claim innocent anymore, right? Like there may have been like, you could be liberated at this point because of what's been going on, okay? Like your name is cleared, the truth is coming out, like whatever they said you did, they're being found out, like they're the one that did it. It's like that energy. There's like this liberation energy. Like your name might be cleared as a result of what comes out of this judgment, okay? Almost like hear ye, okay? That kind of energy. Yeah. Huh. Let's see what else we got. Ace of Pentacles. So whatever the motives were here, it was to prevent someone from having a new beginning. From someone like starting over with somebody else, someone new. Maybe someone spread a bunch of, I don't know, lies, or did some sort of, or took some sort of action, maybe while intoxicated, right? For money. I'm getting somebody made an agreement here. This can represent some sort of like, yeah, doing something from also like your heart space. So, but this is a bit of like immature energy. So maybe they're being held accountable for how they handled a situation, right? And why they did something for the reason they did, right? I feel like they're kind of haunted by all this, a bit of embarrassed, maybe even shameful, right? They're feeling trapped in a situation. They're not sure how they're going to get out of this. I feel like I just heard they really did it this time. Okay, so they could feel like they're in some sort of like prison here, especially in their mind. Like their mind is really running and getting the best of them. I feel like there's a representation of like a lot of bad choices and decisions. They've been all adding up. All right, so it's kind of like everything is closing in on them. Okay, is what I'm getting. What's this Ace of Pentacles? And then we have the Empress. I was like, what's this Empress energy earlier? Here she is. She's out on the table. All right, so Empress. Yeah, I feel like regardless of their tactics to prevent someone from having a new beginning, it was unsuccessful because you weren't dependent on anything from them. You did it on your own, right? And you have the support. So I feel like they may have tried to isolate you and out you from a group, thinking that like would shut you down. But I feel like you created your own group and you didn't need any of them, so it didn't matter anyway. You're like, I'll make up my own group, thank you. Right? So that's empowering. That's like you standing your ground and like knowing that like what is for you will be for you, and putting whatever that was behind you, because it's no longer who you are and it's no longer what you want to be around. You'd rather stand on stable footing on your own than deal with those you can't trust. Okay? Those who want to compete with you are not for you, right? I feel like you understand that like the only person you need to compete with is yourself. And this is something you're integrating. This is something that you're working on. I feel like you have the support. I feel like you're meant to connect with other people. We have a Queen of Pentacles here. Maybe you're meant to kind of like connect with like a new network of folks, maybe some acquaintances, getting out there, having fun, doing what you love. There also could be a community kind of keeping an eye on what you're up to. That's the Queen of, remember we saw the Queen of Pentacles and here's the Queen of Swords. I feel like you teeter between maybe being like, you know, having to manage quite a bit, and then like work-wise, creative-wise, maybe there's a side gig. I feel like there's a lot going on, right? There's a need to kind of maybe tap into those who you connect with. So you could be expanding your business or your reach or your message. You might be building some sort of community to connect other people together in some way. That's awesome. Yeah, look, I feel like you've planted a lot of seeds and you've been doing this for a while and you've been really consistent and hardworking. I feel like your hard work's about to pay off. Queen of Pentacles, like financial independence, stability, security. I feel like you almost like are in your own world when you are performing your craft, whatever that is, whatever that hobby, whatever that interest, whatever that passion, whatever that purpose. It's like time does not exist. And this is what you're meant to be doing and creating. And so I feel like whatever's coming in here as a result of things playing out is really paying off for you. So I feel like you're right on track. You're right where you're supposed to be. Continue to stay focused on these projects. We want to finish these to completion. This would represent like things that are like in the works, need to come to a place of completion before we can kind of like graduate, which would be the King of Pentacles. So where we are in the process now is really some things that we're working on when it comes to like our environment, our personal development, our home life, making sure like we're integrating what we're learning, and we're investing things wisely. Okay. There is like this big goal here that you have. And so all of this effort is adding up towards whatever goal this is. So they want you to remember to like stay focused, stay devoted, and stay committed to this goal. All right. Because it's a manifestation of yours and the spirit realm is helping you bring this into your reality. Okay. Very important. Awesome. All right. I'm getting like the final countdown. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. I feel like this is a bit of that, right? And like, say for instance, you've got this big goal, right? Look at Two of Cups. Final countdown. It's like wrapping things up, finishing projects. It's kind of like the last quarter of the year, you know, like 7 here, right? Like a couple more months, you know, 3 more months, you've got 10, right? So it's kind of like closing out the cycle, right? Closing out what's left. You know, whatever can be harvested now, this is like harvest season right now, okay? And then I'm like, what do you, like, what's not on the table that they need to know about? And bottom of the deck energy is the Two of Cups. So this is like a partnership, some meeting of the mind, soul, right? Soul tribe, a connection that's going to be really impactful in your life. I feel like there's equal reciprocity with this. And then I have the Ace of Swords. So I feel like you'll know when you'll know. It's almost like Cupid's arrow. Like this is, you know, this is as a result of you applying what you've learned. It's like graduation, right? It's like the two of you have learned the lessons, okay, as part of your soul plan, Wheel of Fortune, and are on your destined path and have enlightened and are now in alignment. So it's almost like I'm getting like this flame energy here. So this could be like a soulmate. This could be a twin soul, twin flame. I feel like you both work for the light. Light worker, shadow worker, whatever that is for you. Maybe both, like heavy integration here. I'm also getting like angelic realm and Archangel Michael. So I feel like you came down here and you completed the mission, and now it's on to the next mission. All right, because I do have, after the Wheel of Fortune, the Queen of Wands and then the Ace of Wands. So yeah, powerful passion, purpose, inspired action, bringing change to the world. I feel like this is a powerful connection here coming in. So I feel like you did what you came here to do, and now it's on to the next mission. Okay, I love that. So you know, again, continue to wrap up things. I feel like the new year is really going to be something that's going to be like going, you know, happening with a bang. Like she's got this drum and she's banging and she's drumming and she's like, oh yeah, this is like calling your power back, calling in your blessings. You're like, thank you. Grateful, right? Alignment, okay? Lessons being learned, all right? I love that. Standing up for a cause that is important to you, that helps like you lead from your heart space. That's what it's all about. All right. And just like the day has the night, right? So do you. Like you have your own cycles of evolution, and just you pouring into you taking time for you, that self-love, nurturing oneself so that you can nurture others is really what they want you to focus on. So continue to nurture yourself before nurturing others. Okay, make sure you're prioritizing and, you know, leading with your authentic self, understanding how powerful you are, and, you know, wrap up loose ends so that this can come in. All right, I love that. And then the Wheel of Fortune is like, you know, the final countdown over here. All right, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this reading. It was fun. I will see you guys on the next one. See ya. Thanks for watching.